I'm heading east of Axmouth Harbour, down along the Jurassic coast at low tide. I'm heading down towards an area called Pinay Bay, and I'll look for fossils along that particular stretch of coastline where I find fossil wood, material of that nature. I'm really going to hare it out along the beach quickly. I've got a lovely low tide to walk along those ledges on, and that gets me through quick on the flat ground. I've walked along the beach and I've just found this nice little chunk of Rochelaria. The worms fossilised in that green sand piece of rock, all eroded away by the sea's actions. And that's something that people mistake for ammonites a lot of the time when they walk along the beach. So I'm just going to show you here as we walk along. Here's some tea green marls from the Triassic period, and then here some of the marls there. You can see this red material, reddish brown, all the way along here, representing the Triassic semi-arid conditions. So I'm going to walk along the beach and take you right the way through to Pinay today, fossil collecting, and see what I can find. Always remember to stay away from the dangerous cliffs when you come along fossil collecting at low tide along the Jurassic coast. It's certainly a beautiful day here today to walk along these ledges, just watching out for the green slippery patches as I go through towards Pinay Bay today. I'm moving along quite fast to do this particular stretch and do some collecting on it. What a lovely day here along the Jurassic coast, and I've got just down here a little fossil find coming up the beach. You can see just ahead here an imprint of a fossil sea urchin. See up ahead here that really nasty crack in that area of cliff, so I'm going to circumnavigate that, go round down far out to sea and along to keep away from that dangerous area of cliff. Could fall down any time. Well, here's a big piece of wood washed up onto the shoreline. Looks like it's got a lot of goose barnacles attached to it. And have a look at that. There's a piece of Cretaceous age shell there in the sunlight next to all those modern day shells all washed up on the seashore. Walking along now past the old wreck on the beach, parts of a crane there. You can see the rusty metal strewn all over the beach here at this point. I'm going down along the slabs at quite a rate of knots to get down towards Pinay Bay. If I only get just towards Pinay Bay and find a few bits and pieces, I'll be very happy today, and then I'll turn tail and head back along. I use these ledges to really scoot along to get down along towards my destination on relatively flat ground. It's a good way of pushing down and through at a rate of knots. Here on the beach ahead, I love to see these fossil ammonites from the Jurassic age, the prehistoric remains of Eriatites bucklandi ammonites and Coronoceros ammonites, all from the Jurassic age. These ammonites have been swimming around in those seas back along. It's an amazing sight to see. It's very far out from my original point, but it's always good to have a look at as I go down the beach to find some fossils, hopefully, and a bit of limebay agate or fossil wood. Quite a nice piece of botryoidal chalcedony. was good to find that botryoidal chalcedony earlier. It was a nice piece to look at. I'm heading right down now through Charlton Bay down towards Pinay at quite a rate of knots on this low tide today. You really have to go some to get round these parts. I'm getting a bit older now, 52, and it's telling. I've spotted this piece of fossil wood. There's a piece of the chert bed with some fossilised wood in. That's what I want to find down in Pinay Bay. There's a piece of wood, as in wood just off the beach, flotsam and jetsam. But that's a piece of chert bed wood. Bit of fun. I'll leave it for everyone to see. Well, I'm on my way towards Pinay Bay. I'm not far from it, and I found this little chunk of ammonite, a small piece eroded by the sea's action. You can see the lovely suture patterns there on that limestone fragment of ammonite. It's nice to pick those fossil finds up off the beach. And now here on the beach, I'm really pleased with this piece, a little bit of Lime Bay agate, and you can see the chert still adhered to it, the original rock that it was formed in. And I'm going to take that back to my workshop now and do a bit of preparation of chalcedony in my workshop and show you the machines back at home where I work in my shop with all the different grinding tools. So I'm going to head back now. I'm not going any further. I'm turning around and hightailing it back. So I hope you join me now in my workshop back in Lyme Regis, where I'll show you a bit of the actual preparation side that we do. Here is a Mendip potato stone. I fashioned a cabochon out of that. It looks quite nice with that reddish banding. And you can see also too a number of cabochons that we've made all around that big bowl, and the different things that we've utilised, from some Scottish marble to some dinosaur bones we've polished up. Bits of tatty bone can polish up really quite nicely to show you that structure, that honeycomb effect the blood vessels have. So I'm going to go on and show you a bit of work. I've got a piece of Lime Bay agate, a nice piece of the mauve translucent material from the beach. Look at that lovely druzy there, sparkling away. And I've got the diamond pad up here for doing a bit of rough grinding. Try and get the saw marks out of the material. It's a lovely mauve translucent material, especially when you see it in the sunlight. And I've got to come all the way down these different grits, from the coarse grit up here, trying to watch out for my fingers, do a figure of 8 there, grinding out the saw marks. And then from there, I'm going to come all the way down through from coarse to medium, where it'll make a nice slipping noise, not such a bad grinding noise, right down to fine here. By the time I reach the fine section, that should really slide across nicely as I apply a bit of water. And hopefully get it really nice and polished up. Final stage for this Lime Bay agate will be polishing on this felt wheel. I hold it in the middle and pick up the polish from the middle and take it to the outside where it's spinning fast, and that polish creates quite a lot of heat on the surface of the rock, melting that surface layer, creating a kind of glaze. I use the tin oxide polish there, you can see. So I'll do some work on that and get it polished up. I'll try and show you in another video that polished piece, polished with a really good mirror-like finish. Thanks very much for watching this quick little video about fossil collecting and mineral collecting along the Jurassic coast.